Okay, so you guys will be able to go over, do test corrections now. I'm going to put the test up on Skyward. I'm going to go over some of the problems, as many as possible. So you're going to have the answers, but you're going to have to explain why the answers are correct. You're going to have to rework it and show your work on paper. Okay, so you guys pick up one of those tests on the table coming in, and I'm going to go over this, and it's going to be on video. So the first question, Britt, Elliot, Lynn, and Tyrone, okay, you're trying to figure out their score. What's the team score? This is easy. All you do is -2 plus 3 minus 4 minus 1. Pretty simple. -2 plus 3 is 1. 1 plus -4 is -3. -3 plus a -1 is -4. That's pretty simple. Okay, so remember, when we're adding, let's start from the beginning. Let's look at -3. I mean -2 plus 3. All right, so we know that when we're adding, if we have different signs, we subtract. That's the same thing as our song says. Same signs add, different signs subtract. These are different signs, so we're going to subtract the absolute values. The absolute values. Absolute value of -2 is 2. Absolute value of 3 is 3. So we subtract the first question. So we subtract the larger minus the smaller number. 3 minus 2 is 1. We keep the sign of the larger number. Keep the sign of the larger number. 3 is larger, so the sign is going to stay as positive. So we got a positive 1 so far. After that, we've got 1 plus a -4. Oh, let's do it this way. Let's do it 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4. Same thing, but I want to change this into an addition problem. All of our subtractions that's dealing with integers that are negative, we're going to change them to addition problems. So, in order to change something to addition, we use our rule. We know that we must add the opposite of the second number. Keep the first number the same, and then we add the opposite of the second number. Okay, so it becomes 1, add the opposite. Opposite of 4 is -4. So now we're back to our addition. Now we're back to our addition rules. Same signs add, different signs subtract. These are different signs. We subtract the absolute values. Absolute value of -4 is 4, minus 1 is 3. The larger number is 4, therefore 4 has a negative, so we keep it as -3. Then we add our -1, or we subtract -3 minus 1. This is subtraction. This is dealing with negative integers, so we add the opposite. We turn this to a positive and this to a negative, because that's we're adding the opposite. And it turns out to be -4. Get it?
No. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I don't know. You had to go back and watch the video then if you don't get it. No. Okay. What was Ella's score? Okay, so the second one is doing the same thing. You got 7 plus 0 plus -4 plus 2 minus 10. Too easy, right? 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus -4 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 minus 10 is 5 minus 10 is what? 5. -5.
Do we circle the S?
-5. You can. I mean, I'm just going over it. So it's -5 for 2. I don't know. Everybody should have got that question correct. All right, and then number 3 is the same thing. The table shows below the amount that Cassie earned and spent over the break. If she started the break with no money, how much did she have left after the break? So it's 25. So this is easy. It's just for bigger numbers. You got 25 minus 12 plus 15 plus 20 minus 34. Easy. 25 minus 12 is 13. 13 plus 15, 28. 28 plus 20, 48. 48 minus 34, 14. Yeah. Yeah. It's that easy. Yeah, I mean. Yeah. Program. Wasn't easy for some people though.
We get the program.
I don't know. All right. Now we're doing an order of operation problem. We got 3 to the 4th minus 2 to the 3rd times 5 minus 2 minus 60. Okay, so we start with our parentheses. We know that 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, then we need to do our exponents. Okay, 3 to the 4th power. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81, right?
Yes.
Is it? It's 27 times 3.
Why you? What the?
81, yeah. Okay, so 81 minus 2 to the 3rd power is what? 8? Okay, so we did our parentheses or our groupings. Okay, then we did our exponents. Okay, after that we have to do multiplication. Don't forget that. This is times. This is times. So we do 8 times 3 is 24. And then we bring everything else down. So we got 81 minus 24. 81 minus 20 is 61. Minus 4 is 60, 57. 57 minus 60. Okay, we're subtracting more than what we have, so we know it's going to be a negative number. So therefore, we have to go ahead and add the opposite. So we're going to add 57 plus negative 60 is going to give us negative 3. So the answer is negative 3.
Yay.
Yay!
Why are you so pumped that was in the
No reason. No reason in particular. All right, Miss Jones wrote an expression on the board. No? Because this is for you guys to be able to do your test corrections. So you're going to do all this stuff.
He has no followers.
Be quiet. You have no followers.
No.
All right, so we start off with our multiplication. 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, now we have addition and subtraction. We actually have subtraction and addition. Do we go from left to right or do we do addition first? Which one? Left to right. There we go. 37 minus 24 is 13. 13 plus 5 is 18.
So our answer
Oh,
is B.
hold on now. Okay, no. The answer is C because 8 plus 5 is 13. So this is, wait a minute.
Can I get a piece of tissue?
Wait.
No. What was our answer? 37 minus 24 is
18. Answer 18.
which operation? Oh, it says which operation should be completed first. So it's not asking us what the answer is. It's just asking which operation should be completed first. So since we have addition, we have subtraction, multiplication, and addition. Which one do we do first? We got subtraction, multiplication, and addition. Which operation are we supposed to do first?
I mean
Multiplication. Multiplication. Him dots. Him dots.
Why you do your?
Because I want to. Alright. So we do 3 times 8 first, so that's B. Okay. Ms. Green asked the class generate an equivalent using the prime factorization of 80 to form an equivalent expression, which represents the expression she wrote. Okay, so basically prime factorization of 80. Simple. Simplistic. We factorize 80. Okay, so that's easy. I know I can do 2 and 40. I know I can do 2 and 20. I know I can do 2 and 10. And I know I can do 2 and 5. Okay, these are all prime numbers. 2, 2, 2, and 5. So I got 2 to the 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to the 4th power times 5. And that's B. Alright. Okay, which lists the distance from greatest to least? So we've got 4. I don't know.
You're not paying attention? You're supposed to be smart.
Okay, so we've got 4 different lengths. We got 7/8 of a mile, 3/5, a half, and 3/4. Okay, so we already know 3/4 is 75% because we got that memorized. So that's 0.75. We know a half is what? 0.50. We know 3/5 is 0.60. Okay, so now we need to figure out what 7/8 is. I'm thinking it's probably going to be more than 75%. I'm thinking it's going to be more than 75% because the denominator is 8, this denominator is 3, and 7 is 1 below 8, 3 is 1 below 4, but this is a larger amount, so I'm thinking this is going to be over 75%. So let's see. We do our tie bow, top in, bottom out. We divide our numerator by our denominator. Remember, this fraction symbol also means division. So let's do 7 divided by 8. Tie bow. Top goes in, bottom goes out. 8. Okay, so we got to put our decimal because 8 can't go into 7. And then we add our 0. This goes into what? 8 times 64. 6. Yeah, see? Oh, no, not 8. 7. 56. 4. 5. So, 0.875. So, from greatest to least, it goes from 7/8 first. And then 3/4, 3/5, and a half. Which 7/8, 3/4. Yeah, so B. Okay, on the number line, point blah blah blah. What's it asking? Okay, so which is the point from least to greatest? Man, you guys should have scored hundreds on this test. This is so easy.
I know.
I know, right?
I just did. Oh, cheating.
All right. Let's see. We got 0.1, 2/5, 0.2, and 3/10. Okay, so we know this is 0.30. This is 0.2. This is 2/5 is what? 2/5. Remember what I said? How many? We have a denominator of 5. It breaks down to 5 equal components of 50.
When all the 6
20.
and 7th grade
20.
teachers please
So that's 40. This is
and
0.1.
your students, all 6th
So
and 7th grade
from least to greatest, what is it?
also,
Yeah, from least to greatest, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4. Too easy, right?
Yeah.
So you got to figure out which one that's supposed to be. All right. What are you doing?
Looking at you.
You can see me. You just look at me. You don't look at the, whatever. All right. Next one. Record greatest number. Okay. So 9. You got to record the greatest number in decimal form. Record the greatest number in the list in decimal form. So we've got different numbers here. We've got -6 and 3/4. We've got -25/3. We've got -6.7, and then we've got -7.23. So we're trying to. So it says record the greatest number. So obviously, it can't be this because this is a negative number. So the bigger the negative number, or I'm sorry, the greater the absolute value of the negative number, the further left it is. So this -7 point something, or whatever it is, would be right here, and then all the, let's see, this would be 0, and the 6's would be over here somewhere. So you need to figure out what this is. 3 goes into 25, 7, 8 times. So this is -8 something, so we know that's not going to be it, and we know that's not going to be it. So it's between these two. This is -6, 3/4 is 0.75. Okay, so this is -6.75, this is -6.70, so this is the greatest number, because it's the closest to 0. Alright, well, you guys can go ahead and leave.
Mom, I leave the paper here?
Yeah. I'm going to keep doing the next two. Alright. Okay, which student's height is a rational number but not a whole number?
Can we take
Okay.
these with us?
No, just put them back on the desk.
Okay.
Yo, and that's wrong. This is the first
Okay,
time
which is a rational number but not a whole number? 120 over 2, we know that's a whole number because this goes equally into 120.
I wonder do we have to run to eat?
This goes equally into 120. 120 times 60, 2 times 60 will give you 120, so that's a whole number. So we know that's not right. Then we've got 123 over 2. This doesn't look like, this doesn't go equally into it, so it's like 61.5.
Adios.
61.5, adios. So this is 61.5, which is not a whole number because it's a decimal. Okay, so then we got Matthew, is 192 over 3. Okay, so let's see if this is a whole number. I can't tell just looking at it. 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, we add these three numbers up. 1 plus 9 is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12. We know 12 can be divided by 3, so we know this whole number can be divided by 3. So let's see what it is. 192 divided by 3, 6, 18, 2, 4. So 64. So that's a whole number, okay? And then 195 divided by 3. 195 divided by 3, 10, 15. 15 can be divided by 3, so we know that this is a whole number as well. 195, 3, 6, 18, 65. Okay, so this one, 123 over 2. Ashley, that's the one that is a rational number but not a whole number. Rational numbers can be decimals, they can be fractions, they can be whole numbers, they can be natural numbers. They just can't, they must have an end, they can't repeat. Okay, irrational numbers are numbers like pi that do not repeat, that continuously go on and on forever. 3.145 some. Okay, there's numbers like that that repeat, they go on forever. And there are numbers that have an end, right? Why do they repeat? Because this is a virtual reality that we live in, but I don't want to get into metaphysics. Okay, so let's look at number 11. We got two more. Ooh, this is a long video. Okay. Determine which rational number is between 7.5 and 8.5. So between 7.5 and 8.5, trying to figure out which number is between it. Okay, let's look at A. 8 and 4/5. So we know 8 and 4/5. We've got 5 equal sections of 20, so that means 4 is 0.8. So this is 8.8. So we know that's not between these two, so that can't be correct. Okay, let's look at B. 48 over 6. 48 over 6. 6 times 6, 6 times 7, 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, so this actually equals 8 because 6 goes into 48 8 times. So B should be the answer because that's right between 7.5 and 8.5. But let's just make sure. C is 7.5. 7.5 is the same thing as 7.5. Same thing, which it's converted to a decimal. That's not between it, though. Okay. Okay, and then D, 104 over 14. Let's divide that out real fast. 104, top in, bottom out. Top goes in, bottom goes out. 14. Man, I don't know. 14 times, let's say 8. 80. 8 times 4 is 24. Wait, hold on now. 10 times 4 is, 10 times 8 is 80. 4 times 8, that's 32, I'm sorry. Okay, so 7. 7 times 10 is 70. 70 plus 28. Okay, so that'll be over it. Okay, so it's gonna have to be 6 something. Okay, because 24 plus 60 is 84. Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. 7 times 4 is 28. Yeah, okay, so it's 7. Okay, So that's 70 plus 28, which is 98. Okay, 98, and then that's 6. Add your 0. $14 goes into 60. 440 plus 16 is 56. Okay, so there it is, because it's 7.4 something. So that'll give me 56. And again, that'll give me another 4. So on and so forth. So 7.44 is below 7.5. So our answer is B. Okay, so you have to do the test corrections, like I said, same way we did all the other test corrections, or the last test. Okay, you write down exactly why your answer is correct, not just write the answer, and you have to show all your work, and then you will get you get some points added to your test. Now, I did see improvement this test. I did see improvement. I did see improvement. I did see improvement. But it's still not where I'm trying to have it. The grades are not where I want them. Not close. So I need you guys to concentrate. I need you to concentrate. Pay attention in class. Well, that's what I really need you to do. We wouldn't have to do this if you guys pay attention in class. Wouldn't have to do it. So, but anyway, yeah.